Yeah, are we on to Mr. Chikasa? Okay.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. I'm Mr. Chikachiki, Port Harcourt-based public affairs analyst.
All right. You are welcome to Asset Television, Abuja.
Thank you very much. It's a great privilege for me to be with you.
Yeah, we are discussing prerogative of mercy. Recently, we of course, we all knew what happened in Nigeria. The president granted some amnesty to some convicted persons, those in life with life imprisonment, those under death punishment, those that had committed offense before that were jailed. And although we know that the president has the right to do so, constitutional right, do you have anything to say that maybe negates this position of the president?
Exactly. In the first place, I am one of those Nigerians to commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for exercising his powers under Section 175 of the 1999 Constitution in pardoning some compatriots who found themselves on the wrong side of the law. It is a good thing in all countries and climes. Such a thing is obtainable, it is legal. But where we take exception is that you cannot be talking of mercy in a country that conspired to imprison its citizens overseas. In the Niger Delta here, I am telling you my opinion is a true reflection of the mainstream opinion. The Ijaw ethnic nationality, under the auspices of the Ijaw Nation Forum, is not happy with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the reason is that it recently came into the open that Henry Oka and a just son, a gentleman that saved the Ijaw Nation from imminent destruction by international oil companies and the military, was unjustly imprisoned in South Africa. South Africa has no South African court has a jurisdiction in a crime allegedly committed in Nigeria. That is point number one. So Henry Oka is not supposed to be imprisoned. Secondly, under international humanitarian law, Henry Oka is a prisoner of war. And let me just help us by reminding us that under the 3rd Geneva International Convention, it captures Henry Oka as a prisoner of war. That is Article 4, subsection A, subsection 2. When you read it with the additional protocol 2, and that additional protocol, you go under Article 1, subsection 4. Even our own Nigerian law, under the Operational Code of Conduct for the Nigerian Army 1967, captures, that is paragraph 4, subsection E, captures Henry Oka as a prisoner of war and not a terrorist. There was an ongoing armed struggle which he was leading in the Niger Delta. Or can we deny that? You cannot talk of amnesty when the war and the cause of that war is still lingering. And to tell you that we know what we are talking about.
Are you saying the president was wrong to have given him amnesty?
What I'm saying in essence is that Yar'Adua himself, Henry Oka was the only Ijaw or Niger Delta fighter that rejected to sign the renunciation of militancy form. Every other person signed it. And his own private agreement with this country under Yar'Adua is that if Yar'Adua should develop the Niger Delta, there will be no militancy. But if Yar'Adua refuses to develop the Niger Delta, then he was going back to Armstrong. And before, instead of developing the Niger Delta, do you know what Yar'Adua did?
No.
In the presence of Mr. Nduka Obegbona, a very distinguished Nigerian on all the Arise TV. Before him, Mr. Nduka, your Yaradua tried to bribe Henry Oka with oil blocks. For him, that was the last straw. Because the Ijo oil, any crude oil found in Ijo territory belong to Ijos and not to the Nigerian state. Nigeria can only exploit it because it just accepts to be part of this country. So for Yaradua to attempt to bribe Henry Oka with what belongs to Henry Oka was the last straw. From that moment, the amnesty was a no issue for Henry Oka. So what we are saying is that there is the Ijo Nation Forum, which is different from the Ijo National Congress, which is also different. The Ijo Nation Forum is also different from the IYC. Millions of Ijos in the Ijo Nation Forum want Henry Oka released. So the best thing in the exercise of mercy by this our considerate president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is to send an immediate signal to President Cyril Ramaphosa in South Africa to release Henry Oka urgently, immediately, unconditionally, and in set condition. He must work because he's not a terrorist. The armed struggle in the Niger is ongoing. Don't deceive. What Nigeria just succeeded in doing is to pick a handful of Ijo ex-militants and get them oil pipeline surveillance contract.
Yes.
If the argument is that amnesty ended the war, can also Rock explain to Nigerians why the Ijo huge settlement, Ijo territory of Ayakromi, was destroyed in December 2010? Why was that? And we have even Asari Dokubo on the 12th of August 2023 telling Nigerians that he had a private military company. In other words, that's euphemism for mercenary. Why is the Nigerian state recruiting private military contractors to kill people in the Niger Delta? Why is that? All these things boil down to the fact that the Niger Delta problem is still lingering. There is a very serious armed struggle going on. But when you don't want to recognize the fact that you have problems at your doorsteps, then you'll be doing the wrong thing. So this gentleman is desirous of seeing the Niger Delta developed. And it was his words that actually convinced Nigeria to bring in Jonathan as the vice president. But as it often happened in this world, Jonathan, who was the greatest beneficiary of Henry Oka's wars, turned out to be the man that illegally jailed him. Because the corruption, part of the corruption that went into illegally detaining him and jailing him is that when that bomb detonated at the Eagle Square on the 1st of October 2010, Jonathan made sure that he would have nationalized South African assets in Nigeria, especially MTN. And that put fears into Cyril Ramaphosa, who was in 2010 the chairman of MTN, agreed to MTN head office in Rutherford, South Africa. So that made him, and Ramaphosa agreed to corrupt Jacob Zuma. And Jacob Zuma had to insult the judiciary to sabotage Henry Oka's case matter. And that is just what happened. So, as God will have it, this gentleman said that he is the president right now. The Ijo Nation Forum on the 1st of October this year, just a couple of weeks ago, sent a delegation by name Kabowai Akamandi all the way to Union Building in Pretoria. I have been there before. telling them, handing over a petition. And this petition was signed by no other person than His Royal Majesty King Alfred Peace.
Okay.
The first military governor of Rivers State was a signatory to the petition that the Niger Delta is rescued and that this gentleman must be brought back to Nigeria because he wasn't a terrorist.
So let me ask you now, what exactly do you want to be done to Henry Oka as against what Asadi Dokubo is doing, Tom Polo is doing? So what exactly do you want?
No, look at it. It is very wrong to think that the federal government giving Tom Polo partners of the last contract.
Fine.
And this gentleman private military contract that they have pocketed the John Nation. It is not the case. The John Nation Forum is very active. They are leaving no stones unturned. So to answer your question, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should immediately signal President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa to release Henry Oka unconditionally, immediately, and without any injury to him. He must come home and pacify things.
Okay.
No matter what anybody is thinking, we believe in the righteousness of his trouble. Because look at what is going on. Did he commit any crime? When in September 2014, the private jet of Pastor Ayo Olusegun was confiscated at Lanseria in South Africa.
Yes.
With $10 million cash.
Yes.
That was a bribe from President Jonathan. Colonel Jonathan to President Jacob Zuma of South Africa. That is just one. And there is a company called Sac Oil, which today is trading as Efora Energy Limited. Henry Oka was arrested illegally in South Africa on the 2nd of October 2010. Following his arrest on the 3rd, that's 24 hours later,